As we all know, it's Miss Universe Philippines season once again. And with that pageant on the horizon, I think every pageant fan should consider this girl in their respective list because she graduated cum laude from De La Salle University as she took up communications. And currently, she works at a local eyewear brand while advocating for youth building activities through arts and sports in her community. And I can't wait to get to know her more in a bit. So without further ado, please say hello to Miss Universe Philippines 2021 candidate from Paranaque City. She's none other than Ingrid, Sam Santamaria. Hi. Hi, Sam.
Hey, Adam. It's so nice to be here. Thank you so much for this opportunity. Thank you for taking your time to interview me tonight. I know it's rainy. And thank you to everyone watching. I'm so glad you can all get to know me.
Yes. First and foremost, I would like to thank your handler, everyone from the camp, especially Sir Chris's, for making this interview possible. And I believe he's watching us right now. Thank you so much for tuning in, Sir Chrisos. Thank you for the trust and confidence. So, wow. Alam mo, it's my first time to see you, Pero look, guys, let's close up natin yung mukha ni baby girl. Ang ganda! She really looks so pretty! More telegenic as you look at her. Diba? Have you been a commercial model before? Parang your face looks familiar.
A little bit. I did a few commercials back when I was in college. Because I was inspired by my dad. My dad does a lot of commercials.
You really, parang alam mo yung mga beauty mo, yung mga napapanood ko dati sa mga pang clean and clear, yung mga ganun, yung mga bulak-bulak ng mga Eskimo, ganon. Feeling ko, hindi ko lang matandaan, parang I must have seen your face somewhere. I just can't place where. Yeah, now that you're telling us, yeah, you kind of look familiar. But before anything else, can we give a big shout out to everyone who's tuned in right now? There are almost 40 people who are tuned in. Thank you guys for watching. Can you see, you can see the comments? Can you look at it right now?
Hi, everyone.
Yeah.
Hi.
Let's go, Sam. Maki Santos is saying, go Sammy. Justin Rose is saying, my Miss Universe 2021, Rosho Escaño is saying as well. Zico Manzano is saying, go Sam Santamaria. Mariel Laison is also saying, I'm so excited. Laban Sam, sabi ni Joel Joseph Sioson.
Oh, hi everyone.
Rooting for Sam to win. Mariela is also saying. Maki Santos is saying, let's go. So pretty naman. Justin Rose is also saying, grabe, can you feel all their love right now for you?
It's so crazy. I didn't know all of you were here. Hi, guys.
Diba? So, to be honest, talaga wow, talagang I'm mesmerized by what I am seeing on my screen right now. So wow, I'm pretty. Pag pretty talaga, lalo pa talaga ako ginaganaan mag-interview. Alam mo, parang inaantok-antok ka na pala. Inaantok ka na kasi nga ngayon 8 p.m. na, no? In a few hours time, we're about to sleep. Pero seeing a fresh-faced beauty like you, my God, suddenly jolts me up.
Oh,
na parang,
Adam, you're so sweet.
Yeah, so how do you feel right now? Ever since the announcement of Top 100, your name has been creating a lot of buzz in the pageant community. So has it sunk in yet now that the competition has finally begun?
Well, for me, this has been so surreal. As you know, this is the first time I've ever joined a pageant, and a national pageant at that. And just seeing all the love and support from my friends and family and from my new fans is so nakakataba ng puso talaga. I am so incredibly lucky to have all these people supporting me. And this is just the start of my journey. So I'm so excited for everybody to come with me on this journey to the crown.
So yeah, before I proceed with my questioning, with more questions, can you introduce muna yourself to to all our viewers who are tuned in, because for sure this is their first time to see you on screen.
Okay. My name is Ingrid Santamaria, but a lot of my friends call me Sam. I'm 25 years old, and I currently work at a local eyewear brand as an assistant e-commerce manager. I have a lot of fun things about me. One thing that I really love is basketball. I used to play basketball when I was young, and I still play with my brothers and my dad until now. I absolutely have learned to love doing yoga during this pandemic. I've learned to bake. I've learned just really everything all around. One thing that I really love is going to the beach. I love traveling, and I just love learning new things.
Oh, ang ganda. Ang ganda. Parang with what you just said, parang gusto ko ma-meet yung family mo. Super. You seem to be close-knit. Ganun na nafe-feel ko sa'yo.
My family is really my support system. They're my rock. All of us together, we can do anything and we can change the world.
Okay, guys, in case you don't know, the reason why she loves to play basketball is because her dad was a former professional PBA player. I don't know if you can remember Joey Santamaria, and her aunt is also famous. Is also a famous supermodel, si Crispy Santamaria, and she's also the granddaughter of a national artist nominee, diba? And pianist si Ingrid Santamaria, which feeling ko pinangalanan siya sa'yo, right?
Yes, I'm actually named after both of my grandmothers. So I love that. I love my name because it always carries my heritage.
Pero bakit, I'm flashing it right now. Bakit Samang, ang nickname mo?
Well, in my family, all the eldest girl is named after the grandmothers, and the eldest boy is named after the grandfather. So a lot of us have the same name. So the reason why I have a nickname, which is Sam, it actually comes from the name Samuela, which means daughter of God. And that's a name that my mom really wanted to name me, but it was so long. So that just became my nickname.
So given your family lineage, do you realize na you're famous then as well?
I wouldn't say famous. I would say that the individuals in my family have excelled in their fields, and they have represented the country in their own way. But more than that, my family really is my support system, like what I've said. And together, we cheer for each other no matter what our team is. We always cheer for the name at the back of the jersey, which is Santamaria.
That's nice, no? So, but was there ever a point in time that you felt that you were living under their shadow, like some of the celebrity kids out there?
I don't think that I've ever lived under anybody's shadow because we are so close-knit and everybody is so supportive of what we choose to do with each other. Everybody has a field that they excel in, and we just really, really are positive, and we support each other in every single thing that we do. So at the end of the day, it's not really competition, but it's like something healthy. It's like a healthy kind of competition. Na I want to be on the same level as all of my cousins, and that's what really drives us to become the best versions of ourselves.
And not only that, na-close ka lang sa cousins mo, but you seem to be very close with your sister, Sophia. Right?
Yes.
I noticed that. You have a parang very good dynamic with each other. What do you guys think? What do you guys do for fun? And what is the funniest memory that you have with her?
Oh, I have a lot of memories. Well, Sophia and I have actually been sharing a room all our lives until now. She's still my roommate, so that's why we're very close. We share everything with each other. We share clothes, we share all of our makeup, and we even share shoes sometimes. One funny memory I could say is my sister and I went on a solo trip to Korea, and we were so lost. We were looking for this specific cafe. I forget the name, but we were looking for this cafe, and we were so lost. We couldn't find how to get there. So what we did was we just made it an adventure. We just opened Google Maps and we just tried to find our own way there. And it was so funny because nobody could understand what we were trying to look for. But being that close with my sister really just taught me how to create adventure in the everyday mundane things.
So, did she also, what was her reaction when you finally enlisted for MUP?
Oh, she was so supportive. She is really the best. I love how she just, anything naman that I do, she's there behind me. She's ready to help me. Sometimes she puts my shoes on for me. Sometimes she puts on my Band-Aids. And sometimes she helps me fix my hair. She's just really, really sweet and supportive.
Well, that's nice, no? That you have a family member who's really supportive of you. Or not just your family member, but the entire family, you know, going behind all what you're doing for this pageant. Kasi feeling ko this seems like a whole new world for you, right? So
it really, really is. And
glad everyone's on board with it, right?
Yeah. At the start, there were a few doubts. People were a little bit scared for me. Like, you know how they say pageants are the objectification and commodification of women, but it took a little bit of convincing, but now everybody is super on board and supporting me all the way.
I think your cousin or relative is here, Bianca Santamaria. Is she your sister? Oh, no.
Hi, Bianca. Yeah. She's my cousin. She's my first cousin. Actually, I think all my cousins are here. They're really so supportive.
Even Eric is also watching. Yeah, thank you, cousins, for watching. Thank you, I really appreciate it. And as I go through your Instagram account, I see talaga a real girl behind those curated photos. You're so authentic. What we see is what we truly get. So alam mo yun, and it's really good, especially when you do all these things on social media. And pero ang mas nakakabilib para sa akin is the way you write your captions on every post that you have. So you seem to have an incredible talent for writing kasi it's witty, funny, and sassy. Ang galing. So how do you do that?
Well, everything we see right now on social media is mega curated. A lot of people just like to present the best part of their life and just so that they can seem perfect online. But for me, how I like to present myself on social media is just showing who I really am, my true colors. I feel as though these Instagram and Facebook and all these social media platforms are just really a reflection of my personality rather than little bits and pieces of my life that I choose. And as for the caption writing part, this has always been a creative outlet for me. I've always loved writing since I was young. And I even worked as a writer yes, for a magazine, for a lifestyle magazine. And I feel like working as a writer helped me to find the right words to express exactly what I wanted to express. And I'm glad that I come off as authentic because I truly think that I am.
That's nice. Wow. Kaya pala you're so well-spoken. Kasi you're good in writing. So you must have probably read a lot of books when you were younger.
Yeah.
That's why. What's your favorite novel or books that you have read ever since childhood?
I actually have a lot of novels that I've read, but one of them that really stuck with me was To Kill a Mockingbird.
Ganda nun, Atticus Finch.
Yeah, we read that in high school, and I love everything about it, and it really, really touched me until today.
Yeah, there were so many life lessons we can learn from his story, from that book. So, and no doubt, you graduated cum laude at De La Salle University with a degree in communication. So, alam mo yon, no doubt, you're really a smart young lady. Were the expectations high given that you are so intelligent and you have such high ability?
Well, I come from a family of achievers, and everybody there values education. And it wasn't really more of like high expectations, but it was just I've learned what I wanted for myself, and I've always wanted to become a better version of myself every time. And for me to be able to further my education has really brought me to become the person that I am today. So it was really more for myself than for anything else.
Feeling ko nung bata ka, ang daldal mo. Kaya that's why I feel like you took up communications. It really complements your personality.
I was actually a really, really shy child because my mom, when I was young, we moved around a lot. We lived in the States, we lived in Malaysia, and we moved back here. So I was really basically like a third culture kid. And through the years, I've learned to develop through my love for film, my love for books, my love for art, and of course my love for sports. I've learned to be able to express myself better, and that's why I wanted to study communications, because I also really love creating videos with my friends, and I've learned exactly what you were saying, exactly how to express myself.
That's nice. And hindi ka lang ganun na you're a very intellectual person, but you're the type of person who really knows how to have fun as well. You know, when I look at your Instagram, do you love the beach so much?
I do. I am definitely a beach girl.
Yeah, I'm sure you must have been to a lot of nicest beaches here in the Philippines. Now, I wonder if you were to recommend a beach to someone who wants to go on a mini vacation here in the Philippines, where would that be?
Well, I really love traveling to the beach and having fun with my friends and my family. But one place that I really love is Bantayan Island in Cebu. My family is actually from Cebu. And what I love about it is that it's just quick to get to the beach. You don't have to drive so long. You don't have to take a long flight. It's just right there. And that it has white beaches, and it's like an authentic beach experience. It's not super developed yet, so you can still be disconnected, from social media and stuff, because that's exactly why I like to go to the beach, just to enjoy nature and quality time with my loved ones.
Alam mo, you remind me so much. You're the quintessential college girl talaga. Na alam mo yun, yung parang outdoorsy, na girl next door, na crush ng bayan, na parang feeling ko, alam mo yun, tumatakbo ng na parang popular it girl tapos tumatakbo sa student council. And that parang there's so many interests that you have right now na parang wow. Parang talking to you makes me relive my high school days.
Aww, that's so sweet of you.
Yeah, alam mo yun yung parang ikaw yung girl crush ng bayan. Huh?
I was also actually I was like a student leader also. I was very active in my orgs when I was in college. So I was like in the student government, I was in the university government, I was in the batch government, and I was in the college government. So I guess leadership was also really always instilled in me.
Wow. Alam mo, whoever you end up with in the near future, ang swerte ng lalaking yun. Parang,
oh my goodness.
Yeah, kasi wala lang. You remind me so much of my high school and college days. Alam mo yung mga girl crushes, yung mga wow, she's so pretty, who is she? So yung mga naglalakad along the corridor, wow. Diba? And I'm pretty sure, as we speak right now, your beauty and intelligence have opened a lot of doors for you in your life right now. So how do you think has this kind of gifts or your giftedness impacted you in your adult life?
Well, I do actually, of course, I acknowledge that pretty privilege does exist, and people are treated differently based on the way they look, based on how they're conventionally perceived as beautiful. But honestly, what really got me to where I am today is my hard work and my determination. I have truly given 110% in every single endeavor that I've gone to. And that's exactly what led me here today to be talking to you, Adam. And I just think that, yes, beauty and intelligence does get you somewhere, but without the grit and determination, you won't get exactly to that point that you need to be at.
And look at you right now. You are currently working as a corporate professional at the local eyewear brands, I heard. Yeah. So, diba? So are you still working with it? Are you currently on leave from your work?
Yes, I actually go on leave on August 1st, but still currently right now I am with them and I'm just finishing everything up so that I can turn everything over.
That's
I just
nice to hear.
why I went on leave actually is exactly that because I wanted to give 110, 120, 150% of myself to this pageant and this experience of my life. And I'm so ready to go on this journey.
That's nice, no? I love pa nam am I so can I mention ba the name of the eyewear brand that you're working for? Wag na, no? But you know what? I love that brand so much. So I wanna ask this, no? Kasi your eyewear brand is really, you know, has this slogan of, you know, patronizing our own. Yung Love Local campaign nila, which that kind of movement which is taking off right now on our social media sphere. So why do you think this kind of movement is taking off, and how can we tap more into that?
Well, I personally love the Love Local movement. I think that Philippine artisans have such high value because of their creativity and because of their workmanship. And you know what? I even think that Filipino brands are at par with international standards. But this breakthrough of Love Local and learning how to support Filipino brands and how to support small businesses and that really helps our economy grow as well. And you know, this just helps us to overcome those sayings or mentalities that foreign brands are better just because of the brand name. I want everybody to know that there is always a local option for whatever it is you're looking for, whether that be makeup or eyewear or clothing or well, especially food. The I really want to encourage everybody to be able to take that extra step and to support local because it's really like an expression of love for your country.
Uh, I like that. Yeah, true. I agree with you. But can we still do that at this time of the pandemic where everyone is, you know, is not spending so much, the economy is not moving? How do you think we can still love local and patronize our own despite the challenging time that we are in right now?
Well, actually, in my community, in my village, we have this thing. It's like a Facebook group, and everybody sells different lutong bahay. They sell food, they sell baked goods, they sell random vegetables and stuff. And I think that's the best way, really, to start small, to start within your community. And once you support each other, it allows everybody to have a chance to become better and to be to how do you word it? It allows everybody to be able to also sustain their lifestyle while doing things that they love. Like for example, baking. If you love baking and you sell cinnamon rolls in the group, it's a way also to earn money, you know? And it's a good way to support.
So have you tried that baking
Yes,
for
actually,
profit?
yeah, in the very start, in the early days of the pandemic, we didn't have work for maybe like 1 month. And I was thinking, oh my gosh, how am I going to make money? What should I do? And then I remembered one thing I loved doing with my cousins and my sister was really to bake cookies. We used to bake cookies all the time for our moms when it was Mother's Day, and we would bake brownies and stuff. So we developed cinnamon roll recipes and we developed banana bread recipes. And we did actually make some money, but eventually when we all had work again, we had to put that on hold.
Yeah, that's nice that you were so productive during at this time of the pandemic. So, for sure, speaking of the pandemic, most of us are still working from the comforts of our home. So, how are you able to take care of your mental health? And how do you work around this considering that you still have to juggle with your work and life responsibilities?
Well, actually, in this pandemic, well, I've actually been working remotely since 2019. We had an office renovation, so we were really working from co-working spaces, and eventually we moved into working from home. But for me, the biggest thing is really learning how to set boundaries. Once work time is over, once I log out of work, I say, okay, that's enough work, and that really allowed me to separate my work and my real life. And actually, through this during this pandemic, I really learned yoga. I super love yoga now. I learned how to meditate, and I learned, of course, how to bake. And all these things help me. Like, these are things that I love doing. And these are things that I do for myself. And these really help me, especially with my mental state. And if I'm really having a bad day, I just sit down in a corner and I turn on my meditation app. And for 10 minutes, I breathe and listen and I go inward. And that has truly changed my point of view on things.
So in a way, your work has kind of prepared you for what is happening right now to us. So you did not have a hard time adjusting to what's happening right now kasi parang 2019 pa pala you were remotely working from your work home. That's nice, no? That's nice
Yeah.
na parang in a way parang na-foresee nung manager or nung boss mo yung mangyayari sa atin. And nasanay ka na rin sa setup na ganito, di ba? So,
Yeah.
there's no doubt, we've been talking about much of you ever since this interview started. And I'm curious to ask, kasi you mentioned two places earlier, kasi Paranaque, a lot of people are saying, yeah, Paranaque, and mentioned, you're coming all the way from Paranaque for this interview, and then you mentioned about Cebu as your favorite beach destination. So I wonder, what province or city will you be representing for Miss Universe Philippines?
I will be, of course, representing my hometown of Paranaque. I grew up here, and this is where my heart is, and I'm very, very happy that I get to represent my city.
Do you feel some sort of pressure as early as now? Because the one who represented Paranaque last year was very spectacular and almost won the title.
Honestly, I've known Bella for a while. We were actually college batchmates, and until now, we're really good friends. I don't really feel pressure from her. I find that she really guides me. She is somewhat my mentor also in this whole journey, and it's just so nice that we have this kind of sisterhood instead of a rivalry. And she's really somebody who I know that I can depend on and ask for help when I need it.
So what advice from her have you been taking to heart seriously ever since you started your MUP journey?
One piece of advice that she has given me was to always be true to yourself. And that comes in many different layers. For example, it can be as simple as asking somebody who's like doing my makeup. I'm like, sorry, but can you just, I think this is a better look for me. Could you do that instead? Or like, in regards to what I'm going to wear, she always told me just wear whatever it is you feel most confident and comfortable in, because that's how you show your true self.
That's nice. So can I ask one more question about it? Kasi di ba you both represented Paranaque. And I remember Bella was asked this question during her preliminary interview. Actually, lahat silang contestants. So I want to ask this question. I want to ask the same question to you. What for you is the most beautiful word in your local dialect? Or in Tagalog, kasi Paranaque.
Yeah. So from Paranaque, of course, our local dialect is Filipino or Tagalog. And one of my favorite words is likha. It means not only to create, but to create with a purpose, to create with intention. And I find that word is so beautiful because it's also what I want to do. I want to create this journey, this story, and I want to go there with a purpose, which is to be able to show the youth that they can dream.
Through your vision, through your arts.
Yeah.
Grabe. Wow. You're an artist. Grabe. Parang nai-imagine ko yung mga pwede mong gawin just by listening to you right now. Wow. So now we go to your Miss Universe Philippines journey. No, kasi syempre you've been talking most about your life during the first part of the interview. Now you have so many interests, makeup artist, working as a writer now, as a corporate professional, tapos you love to swim, traveling. So paano naman napasok dito yung pagkakaroon ng interest mo sa beauty pageants? How did it all begin for you?
Well, actually, a lot of my life, people have always been telling me like to join beauty pageants and stuff, and I never really took that super seriously because I definitely wanted to prioritize my education first. And now that it's finally time for me to be able to do something that I love, the camp actually asked me on Instagram. They just DM'd me and asked me if I would be interested in training to become a candidate for Miss Universe. And when they asked me, it was an opportunity that I really couldn't pass up. I mean, after all, how could you say no to the universe, right?
But it was easy for you to give them your trust right away. Kasi syempre, you don't know anyone from the camp yet. So parang they just reach you out through your social media account. So what made you say yes to them talaga?
Well, I really trusted them from the start because they were also the ones who trained Bella. And I knew Bella from college. So that's where the trust started. But throughout this whole journey, they've done nothing but take the best care of me and give me everything that I needed to be able to be here on this journey. And I'm really, really thankful to every one of them for their support. And you know what? The thing with the camp is that they really, really, really believe in me. And it's something that I will forever be grateful for, to be able to represent not only Paranaque, not only my family, but also the camp. And I just really have so much love in my heart for them.
How have they been training you in every aspect of the competition? How is the training so far? Very hands-on ba sila?
They're super, super hands-on. I have somebody for everything. Somebody helps me with my workouts. Somebody helps with the pasarela. Somebody helps with the Q&A. Just really, even the styling, even my hair and makeup team, they really have everything covered. And I'm so grateful for them because without them, I don't think I would even be on this journey.
Alam mo, wait lang before I proceed to my next question. You know, the more I look at you from afar, may angulo kang Demi Thibault. I don't know if you know her. May angulo kang, I don't know, ayan o, parang
This one?
Demi, yeah, parang has someone told you about it? Or ako lang, parang may Demi Lee Neil Peters akong angulo nakikita from you from afar. I don't know. Is it your first time to receive that kind of compliment?
Yeah. Usually on TikTok, people tell me I look like a Valkyrie.
Talaga. But you know what? Prior to being approached by the camp, did you have any idea what Miss Universe is all about? Have you been watching the pageant annually?
Well, to be honest, I wasn't really a fan. Like, I didn't watch annually. Of course, I watched like the reruns when we won, but I actually worked backstage on Miss Universe when it was held here in 2016 when I was working with Max. So that was my first glimpse into the real Miss Universe. And I really saw that it's not just going on stage and being pretty. There is so much dedication, so much hard work put into it. And just to make the show happen, it's crazy to watch it from backstage. And it's really, really cool that I get to be a part of it this year.
So yun ang parang light up ng interest mo na, what if kaya kung ako yung nasa shoes nila, meron ganun kang parang moment when you were part of that event?
Yeah, actually, I was watching and I was like, oh my goodness, maybe one day if I try hard enough, if I dream big enough, I would be able to be on that stage. And right now, this is really just my dream coming into reality. And it's just so crazy to see how like everything just comes to you if it's really your destiny.
True. And now as we talk about Miss Universe, of course you've watched all those reruns where we won. So alam mo naman na a pageant platform is very integral to every candidate at Miss Universe Philippines. Now I want to ask you, what is your advocacy and why did you choose that?
Well, actually, I've been working as a youth community leader for the last 10 years, and I'm still an active member until now. But my advocacy really is for youth-led communities to engage in sports and arts, not only as forms of recreation, but really as tools to reimagine the world.
So how did you get to develop that kind of passion for the youth? Kasi syempre, kanina pinag-uusapan natin, you love arts, you love sports. So paano mo naman na channel yon na i-share naman sa ibang tao and not just for yourself?
Well, I've always, these things are things that I grew up with. These are integral to my personality. I grew up surrounded by artists and athletes, and I also grew up as a person who lived in the community, and this community supported me through all aspects of my life. I've basically grown up with my community, and right now my platform and what I stand for is only as big as what I have, you know? And but the reason that I chose this as my advocacy is because I believe that every child, every student, every person should be able to express themselves through sport and art. And these sport and art really do give us a different mindset, a different way of seeing the world. And eventually, you know, as the new generation comes in, I want them to be able to use that mindset to change the world in their own way and change the way that we see the world.
That's nice, no? So how could you encourage our youth to be more involved with sports, to take up a lot of sports activities? Or if not, kung ayaw nila ng physical activity, they can get into arts?
I would say, I think I would say just try everything you can until you find something that you love doing. Because when you love doing something, you will work hard for it and you will have goals that you want to reach. And once you do reach those goals, you will be able to become the best version of yourself. And really, at the end of the day, that's all we want, isn't it? To become the best versions of ourselves. And so through art, that's what I was able to do.
So yeah, in order to become our best versions of ourselves, what do you think these two things can teach us about life?
I really think that art and sport give us discipline. Becoming an athlete or an artist isn't something that happens overnight. It's something that you have to bring yourself to do every single day to become better at. And with that discipline, you are able to become competitive. You are able to become an achiever. You are able to reach those goals. And for just with that discipline that you carry with you for the rest of your life, you will be able to do anything that you put your mind to.
You know, and now we're seeing it right now as you apply it here in Miss Universe, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, very well spoken, very proactive, very hands-on. Wow. Oo nga, no, yan ang turo natin sa mga bata. Get more kids get involved in sports and arts para well-rounded sila when they grow up. So now that you're competing here in MUP, and kanina binanggit mo nga, you've seen a lot of reruns of those of Miss Universe where we won. So as you know, we've won 2 crowns recently, so we kind of cemented our status na as a powerhouse nation when it comes to beauty pageants. So why do you think Filipinas perform so well, in your opinion, in the Miss Universe stage?
Well, for me, one thing that really helps me get going and gives me a lot of confidence is the support of my family and friends. And you know, the Filipino fans are the most supportive pageant fans. And I think that with the love and support that we receive from these fans, that gives us the confidence that even if we're coming from a developing country, you know, we have that mindset that we are world class and that we are worth it. And that is the love that keeps us going. And it really, really touches my heart to see all the supporters and all the new people here. So that's like, for me, that's really the heart of the Filipino.
Nice. Wait, there's a comment here from, I don't know if he's your friend, from Mil Crespo. I'm flashing it right now. Damn, there's more substance here than sauna.
Mel, hi! Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
And then there's another one here. Sabi ni Alina Sanco Marquez, now I want to see her pasarela.
Oh my goodness. Pasarela.
How have you been working on it for a first-timer like you? How are you acquitting yourself?
Oh my gosh. To be honest, pasarela is really the area I had to work the hardest in. Mama Zico, my trainer, knows that. I never had a dance background. I'm very, very stiff and lanky, and I didn't really have control over my body, especially over my hips to move. And it was really a journey to get there. But finally, I think we have achieved a decent passerella that I'm still working on every single day, so that when you guys see me on that stage, I will kill it.
As early as now ba, ready ka na ba sa mga feedback ng mga fans sa'yo, whether good or bad on social media?
Well, of course. I think that people, no matter what you do, people will always have something to say. And it's only up to you. Like, you can't choose what they're going to say, but it's up to you how you're going to react to everything that they say. So for me, how I react is, if it's a bad comment, I'll dissect it first. Like, okay, maybe there is something I really need to improve about myself. But, you know, even if it isn't I know that it's not my fault. It just kind of goes in one ear and goes out the other, because at the end of the day, what I want is really to make myself proud. And it doesn't exactly matter to me if I am perfect in the eyes of others, as long as for myself, I am proud of the growth that I have had.
Wow. Girl, you're a natural speaker. Grabe.
Oh my God.
Kahit magsalita ka ng 3 oras, ganito pa rin ako, kasi makikinig pa rin ako sa'yo. You know, you just have this gift of gab talaga na you can charm us with that. So, yeah. Nurture it. Keep it up. So, yeah. So, nice. That's how you filter them. Yung pasok sa tenga, labas sa kabilang tenga, by just, you know, focusing on on the advice of people around you. So now that the headshot challenge is underway, you've all uploaded your photos on social media, and let's face it, you'll be competing with 99 other women who have phenomenal and inspiring stories to tell. So as early as now, I want to ask you, what makes you a standout from the other aspiring beauty queens here in MUP?
Well, you know, Adam, I think that everybody is unique and everybody has a story to tell, and that everybody has gone through experiences that we don't even know about. But I think that my combined life experience has brought me here today. I've done so many things. I've been a community leader. I've been a student athlete. I've been an honors student. I've worked corporate, and I've done a lot of activities that really have made me become the well-rounded person that's sitting here in front of you today. So I think that all of these things combined has just given me the power to be able to speak my mind and use this platform to be able to give the youth a voice.
Where is this activism coming from? Grabe. Ang dami mong ginagawa. Like, when you talk, there's passion, and not just, alam mo yun, yung talagang you really mean every word that you say. So I wonder, where is all this activism, confidence, yung passion mo coming from?
Well, I'd like to think that this was instilled in me from the very start. I've had a very supportive family, and my mom she always allowed me to try all these different things. She allowed me to do swimming and piano and basketball, and she even tried ballet for a while, which did not work out. But that being able to try out everything until I found something that I loved really allowed me, you know, to become the person that I am today. And that person, I haven't always been confident. You know, I also built that through my love for sport and through my love for art. And I'm just really happy that at the end of the day, I'm proud of who I am.
That's nice. So as you go through your journey right now in MUP, if you will be blessed with the title, what do you hope to achieve if you win the title this year?
Wow, well, that would be such an honor and also a privilege to be able to wear that crown. But more than just the physical crown, being Miss Universe Philippines will give me a wider platform to be able to reach the audience that I want to reach right now. Of course, right now, I still do share my love for community and sport and art. But with that wider audience and with that bigger platform, I will be able to inspire more people. And eventually, I just really want everybody's mindsets to be able to change the way we see the world and to change society as it is today.
Wow. Wala na, tahimik na lang ako. Finish na. Sabi dito ng isang wait, I'll highlight someone's comment here. I saw something. Bakit minus congratulations po, attorney? Are you planning to take up law?
No, I am not. That's just my friend Rami. Hi, Rami.
Yeah, Sam's really improving with her pasarela. So she really wants that Filipina crown on her head. So, you talk about this platform Miss Universe has. So there's no doubt that it's really, doing a lot of, making a huge impact in your life right now. So, alam mo yon, beauty queens, aspiring beauty queens like you are always being put in a high regard in this country. So, as we talk about platforms, advocacies, passions, do you think that you have a responsibility as an aspiring beauty queen to become a positive role model?
Well, as an aspiring beauty queen, just like any other public figure, I do think that we have a responsibility to be a positive role model and a good influence, especially to the youth today. But, beyond that, I just really want the youth to know that dreaming big doesn't have a limit. That dreaming big will help you get somewhere in life, not just because you're dreaming of that dream, but because you have the power to be able to work for what you want. You have the power to change the course of your life. And I want everybody to be empowered, especially to fight for the things that they believe in and the things that they love doing.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice. Yeah. So now that it's currently underway, top 100, sooner or later magiging top 75 na lang kayo. What are you looking forward the most here in this competition?
As you know, I'm such a newbie to the pageant world, so everything that I've been doing is really exciting me. Everything is so new to me, and I'm just really, really ready to go on this journey. But of course, an opportunity to wear the crown on my head and to walk on that stage and represent Paranaque is something that I am definitely looking forward to.
And I can't wait. I really can't wait. So, as we all know, the tagline of this year's Miss Universe Philippines pageant is Inspire You. Now, I want to ask this. Who has inspired you the most in life and why?
Well, I consider myself as somebody who carries the stories of everybody who I've met in life. And many, many people have inspired me, including my family. But really, the version of myself 10 years from now is what inspires me the most. Because I'm 25 now, so when I'm 35, I want to look back and I want to be able to look back and say, by my 25-year-old self, that I am proud of who I've become. And eventually, when I'm 35, I want to look forward to my 45-year-old self. And I think that that's really what motivates me, because I want to be a person, of course, who's proud of who I am.
For sure, your older self will be proud of whatever you're doing right now. Ang dami mong ginagawa, tapos you're impressing us with your wit, with your substance, with your passion, and even interests in life. I mean, how you make something out of it, and not just for yourself, but for your community, is really awe-inspiring. I'm telling you as early as now, and I hope the judges will be able to see that, what I am seeing right now from where I'm sitting.
Thank you so much, Adam.
You're just brimming with full potentials talaga right now. Sobra. So, we now go to the last part of our interview where I'll do some fast talk with you, where I'll ask you light questions for us to gauge your personality. For a change, I'll be asking you light questions. Hindi na puro mga serious conversations about world peace as what we have been doing since the start of this interview. So, are you ready? Off the top of your head, you'll just answer the first thing that comes out of your mind. So, first question. What is the first concert that you attended?
Of course, my grandmother's piano concerts. But besides that, Avril Lavigne.
Sorry? Besides that, I didn't... Oh, I love her. I love her. Hindi nga lang ako kumakanta, but I love her music. All right. So, who's your favorite Miss Universe winner?
Catriona Gray.
Why?
I love the way that she speaks. There's a way that she speaks that allows you to relate to her, and that's exactly what I want to emulate.
And I think you're on the right track. You're on your way to becoming like her in terms of speaking ability. So, when was the first time you cried? When was the last time that you cried?
Actually, this weekend, Mama Zico, my pasarela trainer, told me he was proud of me, and I really the tears fell down because I really needed help with my pasarela. And for me to hear those words was like music to my ears.
Oh, that's nice. You're showing growth with what you're doing right now. Nakakatuwa. Akala ko sasabihin mo, dahil pinagalitan ka, dahil hindi mo makita. Or hindi, namamaltos na yung pa ako sa sobrang sakit. So, is this, when was the first time that you wore, let's face it, when you're doing your pasarela, of course, you're wearing those high-inch heels. So, I wonder, if this is your first national pageant, when was the first time that you started wearing those high heels? Na ganun katataas, like 4 or 5?
Yeah. I think even just 3 months ago, 2 or 3 months ago, was my first pasarela training with Mama Zico, and I was so stiff. Oh my goodness! I've come a really long way, and I want to go a longer way. I want to at least be at par with all my other competitors.
Great attitude. I like that. All right. So, what is your idea of a perfect date?
For me, a perfect date is a nice, quiet place with a glass of wine and great conversation.
Over where?
Over? What do you mean over where? Just
where?
Like a quiet little restaurant where I can actually hear somebody talking to me. Because for me, somebody who I want to date is somebody who needs to be able to speak to me and for me to understand what they want to say. And I would really like to date somebody with a different point of view of the world.
Wait. Matatapos na to. Alam ko na kung sino kamukha mo.
Ooh.
Now that I keep looking at you now that I keep staring at you, see Kirsten Crook from Smallville.
Oh my gosh. Who's that? I'm not sure who that is.
Oh my gosh. Na-reveal yung age ko, Smallville. No, she's the love interest of Clark Kent in that TV series.
Okay, I'll Google after this.
Yeah. Girl Next Door, yeah. Ba yan, nakakahiya? Ano ba? Adam, mag-proceed ka na lang kasi sa pagtatanong mo, ano ka pa eh. Okay. Adlip ka pa. So, back to my kind of questions. What's the first thing that you do when you get up in the morning?
Snooze my alarm.
Yeah, same thing here. If you could create a slogan for your province right now, what would it be?
Soar to greater heights. Laban Paranaque.
Nice. Have you gone to the mayor? Have you gone to the office of the city mayor na?
I'm going there on Thursday, actually, for my courtesy call with the mayor.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice. That's nice. So, if you can teleport, where would you go?
If I could teleport, where would I go? I would, because I haven't seen my family in the States for a really long time, I would go to Florida and just visit all my cousins and my grandmother.
Nice. For sure, they are also proud of you right now.
I really hope so.
So speaking of that, who is the last person that you called?
The last person that I called was my cousin Rocio. She is so supportive. She's been helping me with my campaigns and everything. And she actually made the Facebook frame with my picture on it for people to use. And it's so cute.
Parang feeling ko ang saya ng clan mo.
We're really supportive.
Parang feeling ko makaka-relate ako. Parang feeling ko pareho kami ng mga interest. Parang feeling ko lang magbe-blend in well ako. Feeling ko lang. Nararamdaman ko.
For dinner, Adam.
All right. So last few questions. Oh, I can't believe we're ending this interview.
Oh, it felt so quick. It's been 55
Really?
minutes.
Yeah, we've been talking for almost an hour now. Yeah, that's how time flew so fast. Yeah. Okay, last two questions. In achieving your goals, what's more important? The speed or the destination?
For me, it's not really about the speed because everybody achieves their goals in their own time. And also, it isn't really about the destination, but I think it's more about the journey of getting to the destination, the journey of bettering yourself, the journey of character development and doing things that you never thought you would have done before to achieve this goal that you really want to achieve. So yeah, that's my answer.
All right. If past lives were real, what was yours?
My past life, I always think that I would be a mermaid. I love the water and I love the mysterious sense of calm that being around the sea gives you. So I feel like I've been a mermaid in my past life.
Sino pangalan ng prince?
Prince Eric?
Oo.
I had a crush on Prince Eric when I was young. I'm going to admit that. Maybe that's why I wanted to be a mermaid. I don't have Prince right now, Adam. Maybe it's you.
Siguro after why not? Why not? Sige, for a change. Are you sure about it? For sure, after your MUP journey, marami nang pipila sa labas ng gate nyo, sa subdivision nyo.
That's so funny.
Last question. Oh, yeah.
Single. Yeah. It's just, for me, being single is just learning more about myself. And I really love that. I don't think I need a man.
Uy, that's a women empowerment right there, ah. Guys, narinig niyo yun? Sigurado ka? I don't need a man. Are you sure with that?
I don't know.
If you say something like that on the Miss Universe stage, wow. Tapos you back it up with something powerful. Wow. Game over ka na. Game over na. So, last question. Wow. I don't need a man. Ah. Aspiring beauty queen ka pa lang. Ah. I don't need a man. My God. Just Lord. Soundbite from Ingrid Santamaria. Complete the sentence. I am Sam Santamaria and I am blank.
I am Sam Santamaria and I want to empower the youth to dream.
Oh my God, very refreshing. Yeah, so relatable. Yeah. Wow, you really are authentic as a person in relation to what you want to do with the rest of your life. Wow, no doubt. Your MUP is really choosing their girls well for this pageant. Wow. Wow. Beauty with brains. Wow. Puro grabe substance. So there you go, guys. Thank you so much, Sam, for granting me your time and effort in doing this interview. I've had so much fun getting to know you for the past hour. And I hope more people will be able to get to know you through this interview na para you have what it takes to be our next Miss Universe Philippines. So my last question is, can you invite your followers, supporters to root for you, to cheer for you for this year's Miss Universe Philippines?
First of all, I wanted just to say maraming salamat po sa lahat ng mga nagsusuporta sa akin. Thank you guys so much. This is only the start of the journey and I've already received so much love and support from each and every one of you. I hope that you continue to support me on this dream, on this journey to the crown, and together we can achieve great things.
Guys, no doubt. You have a queen right here. Thank you so much, Nicole. Before we end, can we give a shout out to all the people who are still tuned in right now? Bianca Santamaria Nubla is saying, supporting you forever, Sam. Go, Sam. You got it. Sabi ni Rafu Bunye. Our queen, Shane Oliviero, is saying, supporting you forever. Paulit-ulit. Sabi ni Shane Olivero. Go, sa, we will support you forever. Power. Sabi ni Justine Rose. So, there you go. Sam, this ends my interview.
So much,
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yeah.
My first
The pleasure
interview
is mine.
ever, and it went so well. And I'm so glad I got to know you too. And thank you so much to everybody who's watching right now. I love all of you guys. And thank you, especially, it's raining. It's raining so hard. I hope that everybody's okay out there. And nothing, I'm just really glad. I'm just really, really glad that there are people who are supporting me and loving me and believing in me.
We want to see you. I really want to see you in person. I wish, actually, ni-require na kami ng MUP. I'm fully vaccinated. I just got my second dose earlier today. So, that is one of the requirements of MUP on us media pressers. When now in this new normal, in this kind of setup. So, I'm so happy. I will be so happy to finally see you. Grabe. But thank you so much for the opportunity. Yeah, so there you go. Stay safe and hydrated. Sam, thank you so much, Sir Chrisos, for making this possible. The camp, maraming salamat. No words talaga for the trust and confidence. Sa uulitin. Ito na, here we go. Virtual hugs and kisses all the way from my office here in Cubao, Sam.
Thank you so much, Adam. I really had a great time. I'm looking forward to seeing you soon.
I can't wait.
Me too. Bye.
Bye. Thank you so much. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.